going to be a message from your spirit guides. I'm moving tomorrow, so I have all of my stuff packed up and I just have this one deck to work with. So once I get moved and settled into my place and I have all my decks again, we'll be doing longer readings and some topics I've been putting off, but I don't want to film those readings until I can do them justice. And so we're just gonna do a nice little reading today, message from your guides, and yeah, all right, let's get into it. All right, group one, a message from your guides. What do they want you to know at this time? Group one, a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. We're starting off with the Page of Wands. I just love this deck. I mean, it has such a cute, sweet energy to it. So is there something you've been wanting to start? A change you've been wanting to make? Four of Swords. This is so cute. Like you've been thinking about something, you've been contemplating it, wanting to take action, but you've been dreaming about it. With the Four of Swords, you've been dreaming about it. And look in the background here on the stained glass window, like this older unicorn looking at this little baby unicorn. It's like Spirit is saying, I believe in you, and isn't that enough? Maybe there's other people in your life that that don't really understand this, or maybe you're afraid to even talk about it because you don't want to be judged. I'm like that, quite frankly. I don't tell people I'm doing anything until it's done. Like, I was so quiet about this YouTube channel. I didn't tell anyone that I was moving until I had the job, I had the apartment. I mean, I didn't say anything except to my best friend. And that was just because I needed her help with like coordinating the move. With the Eight of Wands here, when you take that first, I'm hearing little baby step, you're going to be very surprised by how quickly things escalate and how quickly things gain momentum. I'm sorry to use a personal example again, but when I decided to start preparing for this move, like I applied for jobs and it wasn't even like 2 weeks. I had several interviews lined up, and then I interviewed for the position by phone, and then I had the virtual interview, and then I got hired the same day, and then they wanted me to start before the end of the month, and then I got an apartment. Like everything just moves so quickly. And I'm picking up that same energy for you. Like once you take that first baby step, you find success so much faster than what you were expecting. And then you're just, I feel like Spirit wants to give you a heads up about this. Like, get ready, because once you start this process, you're going to be so surprised at how quickly things fall into place, how quickly things get better for you, how quickly you find success, how quickly positive things come from this, and not just the speed, but also the way that this baby step is going to have this ripple effect in your life and create a lot of unexpected positive changes result from this one baby step. I keep hearing baby step. So this may be something maybe related to your professional life, but then somehow this leads you to meeting like soul family members, a romantic connection. Like things just escalate in ways that you weren't expecting. And so like one opportunity, one baby step creates a ripple effect that's sort of, I don't know, you know how when you're painting with watercolors and, when you put the paint, watercolor, whatever, on the paper, it just spreads really fast. It kind of just starts to bleed onto the paper. It's sort of how this is manifesting in your life, like that one step, just adding one drop of paint to the paper, that watercolor just spreads. And so it's kind of like that in your life, like it's having this beautiful ripple effect, like this butterfly effect in your life. And with the King of Pentacles, I mean, you're going to be in such a good place. You're going to be in such a good place. For some of you, if this is about your love life, Maybe you've been wanting to take that first step, you know, towards like dating, putting yourself out there again. This could be a love interest. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you don't expect to meet someone so quickly. So just apply it how it resonates, because a lot of you, whatever you've been dreaming about, whatever you've been contemplating starting, this is what it's talking about here, okay? Let's just get some final thoughts. I love that. Just one baby step. Just one baby step. One gesture of goodwill in the universe will support you. 9 of Cups. A wish will come true. 6 of Swords. You'll be in a much better position. Maybe things have been really hard, really tough, and that's kind of kept you kind of down and like scared to start something new, scared to try again, scared to dust yourself off and pick yourself back up and try again. But this is saying go for it, and we're going to help you. You have so much divine support with this. Yeah. Queen of Swords, like take decisive action. Commit to it. That one baby step. That's all that's needed. You make that first step, and then it's almost like you make that first step and the rest of the the rest of the steps along the path, will be made clear to you. So even if you don't know what to do, like just don't worry about seeing the whole staircase. Just take that first step, and the rest will be made clear to you. So you only have to figure out that first initial step, and the rest of it will just fall into place, okay? All right, so we're gonna end your reading with just a message from the Serenity Journal, and I'm just gonna stop intuitively on a page and then pick out a quote for group 1, please, Spirit. What do they need to hear right now? Okay. Let's see. Oh, I like this a lot because it says easy, easy, easy. Like this can be so much easier, okay, than you're expecting. But I'm going to start over here. It says begin your day with an I get to mentality instead of I have to thought process. I get to go to work. I get to have a busy day. Whatever it may be, we often dress our opportunities as stress, but they are in fact blessings. It is easy to spot a yellow car when you are always thinking of a yellow car. Easy to spot an opportunity when you are always thinking of opportunity. Easy to spot reasons to be mad when you are always thinking of being mad. You are what you constantly think about. Watch yourself. Okay. I like that for you, because if you have a positive outlook about this, and you just take that first initial step, that's all you need to concern yourself with, is that first step. And if you have that positive, optimistic mindset, Spirit is going to match that energy, because they really want to help you with this. And so part of it is the belief that what you want to come to pass can come to pass. But not only that, because we were talking about opportunity a lot with the 8 of Wands, like this can be so much bigger than what you're thinking right now. You're kind of almost like dreaming too small, thinking too small. And this is going to have, again, that positive ripple effect, but it's going to be, I feel like, so much easier of a process if you're going with the flow, you have a positive outlook, and you're expecting the best. So focus on the good gets better. Expect the best, and the best will come. And not only that, but it's going to surprise you how, almost like a shockwave, like it's going to surprise you the way in which this, almost like, you know how they talk about like rose-colored glasses? It's almost like a positive tint, just like coming over your life, like so surprised at how better this one thing makes your life overall. So it's like one person can change your whole life. One opportunity can change your whole life. Saying yes to one thing can change your whole life. And it really can. Okay, just see I feel like Spirit wants you to broaden your perspective and allow yourself to be hopeful, allow yourself to be optimistic, allow yourself the permission to take that first step. Okay? So that's your message for today. I hope it was helpful. I hope it brought you some clarity, the support that you needed, and I'm wishing you the very best, Group 1, and hopefully I see you in my next one. So this is just going to be a message from your spirit guides. I'm moving tomorrow, so I have all of my stuff packed up and I just have this one deck to work with. So once I get moved and settled into my place and I have all my decks again, we'll be doing longer readings and some topics I've been putting off, but I don't want to film those readings until I can do them justice. And so we're just going to do a nice little reading today, message from your guides, and yeah, all right, let's get into it. Hi Group 2, welcome to your reading. So this is going to be a message from your guides. Group 2, a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. What does Group 2 need to know? 8 of Wands. So what's coming in? 7 of Pentacles. Something that you've been putting a lot of effort into, whether this is like you've been praying really hard for something, trying to manifest something, whether you've been putting in actual physical efforts, not just energetic efforts into something you've been trying to grow in your life, but you've been trying it for a long time. And it has kind of felt like you may have experienced some impatience with this. You may have felt at times like you were a failure or like you weren't going to make it, that other people were better than you. It may have provoked some insecurity within you, like, when is it going to be my turn? When am I going to be chosen? When am I going to get the progress that I'm wanting to see with this? I mean, this could be applied to so many areas of your life. And there's a lot of you watching, right? So just take it how it resonates, but what have you been putting effort into? And where have you felt like there was a lot of competition or like someone else was better at it than you? Like, because there is a feeling here of like insecurity, and I just keep hearing like, when is it going to be? Like, almost like you've been feeling passed over, overlooked. And this is saying, hold on just a bit longer, because don't give up. Don't give up right when you're on the precipice of something really big coming true for you, because 8 of Wands is really fast-moving energy. 7 of Pentacles is really slow. So I feel like for a lot of you, like you've already been waiting for this for a long time. And it's like, just when I'm about to throw in the towel, here it comes. And it feels like it comes out of the blue. And that's one of the funny things, right? Like, you can wait and wait and wait and watch and watch and watch for a plant to grow. And then it's like I turn my back for a minute and I look back and then bam, that flower has bloomed, right? So it's like, you know, maybe this is something you have been obsessing over or that has gotten you just really down. Like, when is this going to happen for me? And then right at the minute when I'm about to just give up, that's when it comes in. It's giving me the energy, and it's a wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. This is something that's been like weighing on your mind and your heart very heavily. And it's reminding me of when Oprah got the part in The Color Purple. Like, I remember her telling this story when she finally, like, she had just completely given up. I think she had just, I think, went on a walk outside and, like, just had dramatically kind of said to the universe, God, like, I give up. Like, I'm just feeling like this is never going to happen for me. And then she gets that part. And so it's that kind of feeling like right when you're about to just throw in the towel, like I'm heartbroken over this. I feel like it's never going to happen for me. That's when it happens. That's when it happens. That's when you get that wish come true. And it's like, really? It's like, y'all had to do me like this, had me waiting for so long, and now, but it's just this feeling of immense gratitude. You know, like, you know what? It was worth the wait. You know what? Like, y'all really put me through the ringer. Y'all really tested my patience. I mean, they say patience is a virtue, but oh my gosh, you tested my patience, but I'm so grateful. So you're almost there. You're almost there. Some of you guys are like, but when? But when? I still want to know when. But I don't think there is a when to this. I feel like it's just gonna happen when the universe decides it's time. That's when it's gonna happen. And the less you try to control it, the better it's probably gonna be for you. Okay, let's get a message from the Serenity Journal, and then this will end your reading. I'm just gonna intuitively stop on a page here. Group 2, any words of wisdom from Spirit for Group 2 from their guides. Group 2. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Please do not dwell on the mistakes of your past, for the blessings of your future depend greatly on these lessons. Forgive yourself, grow from it, learn from it, and let it go. Ooh, I like that. So some of you may have felt in the past like you were being punished, or you may blame yourself a lot for how other people treated you, like, man, I should have seen the flags there, or man, I wish the universe never brought that person to me. But it's like, be grateful for those lessons. It's making me think of Ariana Grande's like, thank you next. Like, thank you for the lesson, bye-bye. You know, like, thank you for preparing me for the real thing. Thank you for helping me grow, so I am ready to receive this blessing. So I feel like for some of you, if you have a lot of regrets, or if you struggle a lot with resentment from your past, or you've had to be on like a healing self-love journey kind of thing, understand that that was all preparation for this very big wish coming true, and you shouldn't or do your best not to be so hard on your younger self, or to have any like resentment kind of holding you energetically like hostage, you know, to the shadow of the past here, because ultimately the person that you are today is the person that is going to be receiving this blessing, that is in energetic alignment with this blessing, this wish coming true. And you are lovable. And you wouldn't be the person that you are today if you hadn't had those experiences. And so, you know, one of my favorite comedians said once, like, if you hate your past, that is another form of self-hatred for your present self, because your present self was molded by the experiences of your past. And it's hard to separate that, right? So in order to accept who you are and love yourself unconditionally, the way that you deserve to love yourself and accept yourself, you have to make peace with the past. You don't have to like what happened to you. but you have to make peace with it. And I think that that's kind of wrapped up in this as well. Okay, group 2. This was your reading. I hope it was helpful. Honestly, I hope it kind of just gave you a little bit of an energetic boost to hang in there, because I feel like that's all it is. Like, just hang in there. You're so close, group 2. You're so close. All right. Wishing you the very, very best, just as always, and hopefully I see you in my next one. Take care. So this is just going to be a message from your spirit guides. I'm moving tomorrow, so I have all of my stuff packed up and I just have this one deck to work with. So once I get moved and settled into my place and I have all my decks again, we'll be doing longer readings and some topics I've been putting off, but I don't want to film those readings until I can do them justice. And so we're just going to do a nice little reading today, message from your guides, and yeah, all right, let's get into it. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. So what do your guides want you to know at this time? A big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. I've said that so many times, the words don't even sound like words anymore. Okay, group 3. You know how when you say a word like repeatedly, it just starts to lose its meaning and sounds like really weird? That's how that phrase sounds to me now. Okay, group 3. We've got the Knight of Swords coming out and the Nine of Wands. Two of Pentacles. It's funny how different all the groups are today. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, you're about to have a breakthrough. You're about to have a breakthrough. Something that has been weighing heavily on your mind. You've been really back and forth about it, trying your best to figure out how to navigate a certain situation, what decision you should make, how you should go about something. It could be in relation to your career or your professional life, but there's just a feeling of like the more that I try to think my way out of it, the more that I keep hitting a wall and I can't figure it out. And so the advice here to get some resolution on this, if there's an answer you've been seeking or you have a problem and you don't know how to fix it, or you've tried to fix it and it's just kind of blown up in your face, you need to rest. Take a time out, rest, clear your mind. Like, I feel like the answer will come to you when you're not thinking about it. So it's just gonna pop into your head like, oh, this is what I should do. This is the answer to this. Why didn't I consider this before? Yeah, it's like the more you try to plan for it, the more you second guess, the more you doubt, the more you kind of think yourself into like a circle here. Like, it's just, you think you've made the decision and then you go back on it, you go back on it. There's some overthinking happening here. Queen of Swords, yeah. I think that's hard for you because typically you are able to logically look at something and make a wise decision. Like, you may be someone who tends to process their emotions through logical thought. Like, you tend to process your feelings rather than just feeling them and letting them go. You tend to think about how you feel rather than just feel. So rather than just have a visceral response to something, you think about it, you analyze it, like psychoanalyze yourself a lot. And typically, that actually kind of works out for you sometimes. But in this particular situation, it's like biting your own tail. It's just, it really is, it's making me think of, Gracie was playing earlier today, and she was, you know how like dogs chase themselves in a circle and they chase their own tail? When Gracie's like high on catnip, she like rolls around and grabs her tail between her legs. It's really funny. But it's like that. You know, like you're chasing your own tail, you're running around in circles, mentally running around in circles, and you're just not able. Like, this is just something that is not, whatever this is, there's some sort of emotional component to it, and logic and reason is failing you. Like, it's just not something that you can think your way through. And the more that you try to do that, the less, I guess I'm hearing like the more stuck you're going to be. So if you want to actually get out of this energy and take some kind of action and get yourself out of this, is counterintuitive as it sounds, stop thinking. And the answer will come. And it's all of that in your head energy that is distracting you from, I think, seeing the way that Spirit is trying to help you. You're missing some signs. You're missing some signs. I feel like they've been trying to show you signs to help you, and you've been missing them. If you think about it, I'm someone, like, I'm in my head a lot. And I would say, like, you know how it is, like, when you're thinking about something so hard, you make really stupid mistakes because you're so distracted. You know, if you've seen those like Instagram reels or like YouTube shorts or whatever with people, and they're like walking around their house, like talking on the phone, and they're distracted, and they end up like putting, like pouring like dish detergent like in the washing machine instead of laundry detergent. Like, they're making really stupid mistakes, whereas if they were focused on their task and not on the phone or thinking about something else, and they were actually engaged in what they were doing, they wouldn't make that mistake, right? Or, you know, like they take their clothes out of the dryer just to turn around and put them back in the washing machine, like stupid stuff. It's kind of like that, like you're so distracted that you're just making dumb mistakes, you know, like I've been there, like I'm putting my name tag on upside down because I'm not paying attention. And so that's what Spirit is saying, like, you can avoid making a mistake here if you just stop thinking about it, stop obsessing over this, just go about your life, be engaged in the present moment, and the answer will come to you. It may come to you when you're blow drying your hair in the morning. It may come to you when you're brushing your teeth, when you're driving your car. You may see a sign, but you're going to miss that if you're overthinking. And Spirit is saying, like, we know this is hard for you. Like, we know it's hard to stop thinking about this, to stop fixating on it. But listen, like, it hasn't worked out for you, right? Like, it hasn't worked out for you. Like, all of this energy and effort you've put into thinking about this has not worked out for you. And we want you to make a decision, and we want you to stop feeling like this back and forth energy, like it's draining you. And you're not going to figure out a way to move forward or to solve this problem by continuing to use this same methodology that's not working out for you. Okay. Very, like, kind of straight to the point message for you all. I don't feel like we need to keep hammering it home, but let's get a message here from the Serenity Journal. So I'm just going to intuitively stop on a page. So what advice, guidance from Spirit should group 3 hear at this time? Okay. It says, I don't know, I was initially drawn to this one, but now I'm feeling more so this one. It says, the problem is that you cannot selectively numb emotions. When we numb the hard feelings, we numb joy, we numb gratitude, we numb happiness, and then we are miserable, looking for purpose and meaning, and then we feel vulnerable. So then we indulge in food, I'll name it a distraction, and that becomes a dangerous cycle. I actually think that might be a Brene Brown quote. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, this is really, I mean, remember how we were talking about you may be the type of person to process your emotions by thinking about them rather than feeling them. So this is telling me, honestly, get into a more divine feminine energy here, regardless of your gender. Be open to allowing yourself to feel those feelings. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to get angry. Don't feel any guilt about that. Just feel what you need to feel, because thinking so much is just becoming like this circular pattern of stress for you. And you know what? I also feel like for some of you, this may become such a like an overbearing weight on you energetically. The fact that this is something that's constantly on your mind, something that you're obsessing over. I know for like myself, when I was trying to make the decision whether or not I was going to stay, whether I was going to move, what I was going to do, eventually, like, you just get so stressed out, it's like you start to engage in unhealthy behaviors to make yourself temporarily feel better. So maybe for some of you, like for me, start shopping, right? Like retail therapy. Some of you, it may be food. It may be, I mean, it could be a lot of things, right? It could be, you know, like you're playing video games, and there's nothing wrong with that, but then you're playing them way too long and you neglect your responsibilities because you're trying to distract yourself, because your mind is so loud about this, and it's like, I've got to take my mind off of it. And then that ends up becoming like, okay, I'm gonna distract myself with these coping skills that aren't really actually helpful for me in the long run. So that may not be for all of you, but I feel like that's an additional message here from Spirit, and saying like, you're gonna keep thinking yourself into the ground here. You're gonna think yourself into a hole, and then you gotta distract yourself, and then you feel bad about what you're doing to distract yourself, and then it's just this vicious cycle, okay? So don't be afraid to feel your feelings, and don't be afraid to just stay in the present moment and let the answer come to you, okay? And pay attention, look out for signs. All right, group 3, this was your reading. I hope it was helpful. I'm wishing you the very, very best. And yeah, I feel like once you make a decision and you commit to it, or commit to a certain plan of action, you're going to feel so much better. All right, group 3, I'll see you in my next one. Take care.